y'all, this is Crust here with you again today, and I'm just continuing my marathon of narcissistic abuse talk, and of course Daisy is here with me today. She's got a really cute outfit on. I just have to show you off for a minute, Daisy. Oh, she's taking it off. Here, let me fix it. So anyways, I thought maybe today I would focus on narcissism and women, maybe a little bit, because with narcissists, they can be big players, you know. I've met quite a lot of them in my days, that just like women, but they don't just like women and have respect for them. They don't really have any respect for them, is the thing of it all. Which, because to narcissists, women and womanizers and, that are addicted to sex and just all those different things about them, that are addicted to women and among other things, it's just like they can really use women as sources for supply. And what I mean by source of supply is narcissists will use anything they can to feel more powerful or good about themselves, because they lack any real good qualities about themselves. They're very insecure, very low self-esteem, and they constantly need other people and things to create more power and feel good. So, and they have to keep creating that, or it's just something that they have to have. Like, for instance, if you dump one of them, are acting like you are not interested anymore in them or what they have to offer, they will go and find it. They will go looking somewhere else, being it, money or women or just whatever, to make them feel better about themselves and to keep on top, which is their like fake self-confidence. So anyways, there she is. She's got it on. It says little Miss Boss. So I can't believe she's keeping it on. Okay, so anyways, it was funny because lately I've been having to take, I'm going to start talking about my job again, that I do drive Amish up in northern Indiana. I'm yet again having to deal with another narcissist. Not as nasty as the one I've been talking about, but this one I've had to take for several weeks now. He's another narcissist. A lot of times the narcissist will abuse substances and alcohol and things besides women and money, etc. And because they always have to have a source, what I'm saying. And so this man, I have to take him until July every Thursday. And he pays well. It's a good long trip. But the thing of it all is that he's still a type of a narcissist. Maybe not as extreme as the one I took the other night, at least temper-wise. But this one is definitely loves to play with money and is definitely a womanizer. And he's also an alcoholic. I take him up. He's got a bracelet on, like they put on him, like they put on my daughter, where the ordered by, the police to wear one instead of going to jail. It's for in-house arrest. And then I take him up to get his weekly checks up in Elkhart. Oops. Anyways, so he's quite annoying. I took him and his wife down for relationship working on their relationship in a workshop all the way down to Ohio once. And ever since he set his eyes on me, he's decided to take me. And I tried to make him feel more comfortable talking about my daughter and that she has to wear one as well. And he decided that he was going to book me. And the longer that I take this guy, the more his just all his red flags start to show. And it got bad yesterday where well, first of all, I noticed, oh, she took it off, that he was hitting on me quite often. He was trying to yawn and put his arm around me and getting too close to my face like he was going to kiss me when he talked, and a lot of different things. And, you know, I mean, when you're working, you really try to put some boundaries out with some of these certain people, you know, and that's kind of what I've been trying to do. As to, I told him, you know, not to put his arm on my chair and different things, and whenever he gets too close, I have to tell him to back off. I probably shouldn't drive him at all. I probably shouldn't. And I really, as far as my job goes and what my job is, I'm really feeling the unsafety as to when I'm out there all alone, having to deal with some of these certain type of men that get into my car. That, you know, it is a big factor, and it's not a good one. It's not a safe one, and that's why I'm starting my schoolwork again online. But still, you know, it is what it is right now, and just talking about this guy, he seems nice enough, but, you know, number one, he's hitting on me all the time, and then number two, he has this lake house, and besides his regular house, and he made me stop out there on the way home to take him home last night, and he stops there, and all of a sudden there is this young woman inside of the house closing and locking the house. And I said, what's going on? And he said, well, I've got this girl living in there right now that I let stay there rent-free, and that she would pay just utilities, but she hasn't been paying utilities. And when I looked in, I saw her and another man with a bunch of tattoos locking up the house and looking out of it and acting very nervous. And there was definitely a fight there because I wouldn't let him in, and he was calling the courthouse about it and was getting in contact with his lawyer yesterday, trying to get these people out of his house. But to me, because of my past and what I've been through and what I've seen, and, you know, what I've been through myself with some ex-boyfriends, I immediately knew that they were probably doing drugs there, and they were waiting until they were kicked out by the authorities, because I've dealt with ex-narcs in my life. One that was an alcoholic again, that after I left and stopped paying rent at an apartment that I was in, that I was sharing with him, but his name was not on the, you know, paperwork, he decided to stay anyways and take over there. But I was still a narc addict, and I would go back and visit him sometimes toward the end of our relationship, and there came to a point that he wasn't even working anymore, and he was sitting in this place without paying rent, just waiting for them to kick him out. So that does happen in a lot of cases, especially when there is drugs involved and the man isn't working. They will use homes until the authorities come in. So yeah, you know, and I just immediately started asking him a little bit of questions. I said, where did you meet this girl at? And he said, well, you know, when I was in jail for a few days, when I got caught drinking and driving, he said that he had a friend in jail that he made that had gave him his girlfriend's number, and when she drove him home, he let her have stay at that cottage. And, you know, just everything about it was just yuck. And I knew that he was keeping that girl in there, and he was basically just getting off on it, you know. But, I mean, the stuff came back to hit him in the face, like it now is. And I really kind of laughed about it in front of him. And he seems kind of a lappy Joe, and he kind of laughed with me kind of halfway. But, you know, he was just so upset about it, and especially after he seen her boyfriend in there, because it was probably just her at first. These men think that they can keep women. They think that they can keep them as trophies or just keep them in any way that they can. And it's actually quite perverted. You know, and that just really bothers me to the core. Just I think a lot of it has to do with, because I faced some sexual abuse as a child from, obviously, narcissistic, sociopath type perverts in my life, you know, when I was very young. So you know, right away I can see what he's doing. I can see all these things, you know, just, and it's just kind of like, yuck, you know. I kind of can't wait until I don't have to drive this guy anymore because they will use their money to capture women or children or whatever is infested in their, you know, not right minds. And they will keep you. They will keep you as long as they can. I mean, they can drug you. They can keep you with their money. They can keep you from not making any money. They can keep you in tough spots, like my father does to me, still to this day, that I'm still breaking away from, like the crappy car that I have, you know. And they are always saying, well, we'll help you financially, you know, take care of your car if you don't have the money and blah, blah, blah. And, but all in all, it's been a few years now, and I'm still in this car that doesn't have air conditioning. And my allergies are horrible. And, you know, there's an oil leak, there's a coolant leak, and he keeps telling me, oh yeah, he fixed this or he fixed that. And then it just doesn't get fixed, you know? So, I mean, they will really keep you, in a place where you constantly have to depend on them. And what you need to learn is that you can't depend on them. You have to start doing things for yourself, taking responsibility to maybe save for another car, like I'm doing. And just saving money for emergencies like that. It's so imminent, you know. So it can be really difficult because they can really hold you captive in so many different ways, and breaking that can be a process as well. But the more that you break that, the safer and better feeling you're going to feel, you know. And I know that feeling can just engulf your every moment and every fiber of your being with such stress, that it can just be overwhelming in every single way. And then it makes it so hard to deal with even the small things in your life that occur every day. So it's a big one I'm practicing myself. And for all you out there, if I can forewarn anybody, and if anybody can relate to this, you know, just start being aware of it and watching it, and learn from there. And I will definitely be posting more videos. So thank you for listening today. Have a beautiful one.